If you enjoy looking at beautiful rare plants, then this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to show you a little sneak peek of the latest rare plants that arrived at our shop. So make sure to grab a snack, a drink, and hang out with me as I go through these plants with you. Hello, my beautiful planty friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Pita, and I'm the owner of Pita's Planters, a rare plant shop located in Dallas, Texas, and I'm also in the process of getting my PhD in neuroscience. And I created this YouTube channel to hopefully share with you everything I've learned from caring for hundreds of plants in my shop with a little bit of science background. So I hope you'll enjoy this video. If you'd like to purchase any of these plants, please make sure to join our Instagram live sales every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We go live on there and show you all the plants that we get each week in each shipment, and you can purchase them and we can get them shipped out to you, or if you're local or near our shop, you can also pick them up in person. It's always such a fun time, and our Instagram handle is just Pita's Planter, so make sure to find us on there and join us. The first plant I want to start off with today is an Aglaonema. And this Aglaonema right here is a bit more rare. I would say this is one of the more uncommon varieties that we've had in the shop. This is an Aglaonema Black Moonlight, and this is in a 6-inch size. And this one is known for having the dark burgundy leaves and those gorgeous, gorgeous stripy patterns. This one is absolutely stunning, and just look at the size of this beauty. I was genuinely impressed, and this one is retailing for $62.99. This is one of those more rare ones, so it does come with a heftier price. But if you're an Aglaonema lover, this one might be worth it. Next up, we have a plant that is always so highly requested in the shop, and that is this gorgeous beauty here. This is a giant one. This is a variegated money tree. So I don't know how well you can see the variegation on there. And we've had two types of variegated money trees in the shop. So there is the grafted version, which they combine really nice variegated like top leaves on a different stem from an original money tree. This one, however, is not grafted, so this is the variegated plant itself. I have found that this one here, this variety, the non-grafted version, is a lot stronger and sturdier than the other plants, than the grafted one. So I normally try to get these in the shop because they're just a lot easier to take care of. And isn't it gorgeous? These are huge. And as the regular money tree, give it lots of bright light. These can handle direct morning or afternoon light, and then water as soon as the soil dries out. Light, I think, is the key for this plant to stay alive and thriving. If you're an alocasia lover like me, you are going to literally lose it when I show you the next plant that we got in. So this right here is Alocasia Syrian Albo Variegated, and this one is actually only $230. I know that sounds like a lot, you guys. Like, when it comes to pricing, we try to be as fair as possible, but of course, you know, with rare plants, uncommon plants that you don't see around as often, it takes a lot of money to be able to bring them here to Texas from other places. So again, we try to be as fair as possible with all the pricing, but this is actually a great price for this specific plant relative to the current market. But gosh, if you're an alocasia lover, are you seeing these leaves right now? These are insane. I love a good, nice, variegated alocasia. And what I like to tell my customers is, if you can keep it alive, which, by the way, if you haven't watched my other video where I cover semi-hydro, that's a great starting point to be able to grow alocasia in semi-hydro, because a lot of these rare alocasias could really benefit from growing in semi-hydro. But as long as you can grow it and keep it alive, you can then encourage this plant to develop corms by taking good care of it. And when you have corms, you can sell those babies and make your money back. So it's kind of like an investment, I like to say. But I'm just absolutely in love with this one. We have about 4 of them in total, I believe. So we do have quite a few of them in the shop. OMG, you guys. Okay, I was so freaking excited about this plant as well. So at first glance, this plant might look like a regular monstera, but if you were to place a regular monstera right next to this one, you would notice the difference in color. So this here is the lemon lime monstera, or the neon monstera. So it's just as easy to care for as a regular monstera deliciosa, but you get this gorgeous like neon color on it. These are still fairly rare. I definitely don't see them around as often. I'm not sure exactly how much these will be retailing for. These are a little bit more mature. There's at least 2 in the shop right now that already have more fenestrations. They are absolutely beautiful. So I think these are definitely a must-have in a collection if you are into monsteras. I have found so far that they size up fairly easily as well compared to the regular monstera, and the care for it is the same. So just water when the soil fully dries out. You will want to give it a moss pull eventually so you can encourage those nice fenestrated mature leaves. But other than that, lots of bright light is great for them. You know, I'm always trying to get you guys the most beautiful Hoyas, and this week it did not disappoint. The shipment was so on point with these Hoyas. Check this out. Oh my gosh. Guys, it takes so much in me not to keep all these plants that we order. Here we have, this is Hoya sarawak. Gosh, look at those leaves. This one is known for having those gorgeous like giant leaves. I've seen some leaves that get even bigger than this. It is an absolutely beautiful one. And we have, I think, about 4 or 5 of them in the store this size. So if you want one, make sure to rush there. I think they're between $50 to $60 or so. You guys, more beautiful alocasias. So this one right here is Alocasia scalper and variegated. So this one has more like lighter green on darker green variegation. I think this one is fairly rare as well, and this one is retailing for around $200 as well. It is an absolute beauty. And again, you guys, if you're gonna get into rare alocasia, you're dropping a lot of money. So I highly encourage you to try to learn how to grow them in semi-hydro, because that is how you're going to set them up for success. This plant here is actually a restock from last week's shipment. These ran out within the first hour of us opening the shop last Wednesday. So we knew we had to reorder them. And if you're not familiar with this one, this is a Pilea mojito. So it is a variegated version of the Pilea peperomioides, the one that you know and love. And so far I've seen that it's just as easy. Light is the key though. I highly recommend growing this one under a grow light or somewhere where it'll receive direct morning or afternoon light. That is honestly, direct morning or afternoon light is the best lighting for most of these plants. So gorgeous, gorgeous splashy variegation on there. I think this one is retailing, if I'm not mistaken, around $30-something. If you know me, then you know I absolutely love Syngoniums, and specifically this one. This is Syngonium bread spot tricolor. This one is often confused with the Syngonium pink splash. So the pink splash normally has green and pink variegation. This one, however, has green variegation with some pink and white splashes. So 3 colors in there. It's a beautiful Syngonium. It's a bit more rare, a lot harder to find, but we have been able to keep it in the shop fairly consistently. And this one is actually only retailing for a little over $20, which is an incredible price for this one because it is a lot more rare. But what I love about Syngoniums is that they grow so fast and they're so easy and resilient. So if you want a plant that's very easy to care for, but it's still a bit more uncommon, this is a great one for you. We also got these gorgeous Philodendron silver stripes. So at first glance, this might look like the Philodendron Rio or the Philodendron Brazil, which is the more common variety, but this one actually has more silvery or creamy tones to it. So I wish I had one side by side. The Brazil is a bit more yellow or more neon. This one has more white and silvery variegation to it. And this is one of the nicer batches that we've had. They have really, really nice variegation on them. I'm not entirely sure how much they're retailing for, but I can anticipate that they're definitely under $20. So this is a great steal for this one. They normally retail for a whole lot more. And it's a nice little twist on a more common variety like the Philodendron Brazil. Another gorgeous Hoya that arrived in the shop this week. This is Hoya incrustada albo variegated. This one is also a really uncommon Hoya, and this one is known for having these gorgeous, like lush leaves. I love a Hoya that grows huge leaves, and this is definitely one of them. I was really impressed with the size of these, and I will make sure to try to add the blooms up here as well. I like to say that our shop is Hoya Central in Dallas because honestly, every single person in my team, including me, we love Hoyas. So we try to get as many Hoyas in every shipment as we can. And you'll notice that because we got so many Hoyas in this shipment as well. And this one here is one of my favorites. So last week we got the variegated version of this one. So this is Hoya hushkeliana. The variegated version is absolutely beautiful, but I do love the green version as well. And for some reason, I think the variegated version is actually a bit more common than the all green version. I don't see the green version as much, but this one is great for hanging and letting it trail. As you can see, these are so lush. Every single one of them arrived looking this nice and full, and they're already trailing. So these are gonna be so great to grow, and they're only around $20, I think. These are beautiful specimens, and this is what the bloom looks like. The bloom is very similar to the variegated version as well. So most of the time when it comes to Hoyas, there isn't much of a difference in the blooms between the green versions and the variegated versions. Next, we have Hoya Sunrise, and this one is always one of my favorites to keep in stock in the shop because it is such a cool one. So at first glance, it might look, kind of meh because it's all green, but if you put this Hoya under a grow light or maybe in a south-facing window, you're gonna notice that the leaves can turn red. So that is called sunstressing the Hoyas, and it's actually not a bad thing for the plant. I just see it as the plant getting a nice little tan, and the tan shows up as red. It's really beautiful when you can get it to sunstress, but other than that, it's a really easy plant to take care of, and this one also does like to trail. You can go either way with this plant. You can choose to put it on a trellis, or you can just let it trail and do its thing. This Hoya here has been one of my all-time favorites for a really long time. This right here is Hoya Bella Louis Bois, otherwise known as the inner variegated Hoya Bella. I absolutely love the all green version of Hoya Bella. There's an outer variegated version Hoya Bella. I love Hoya Bella in every single version. And the reason is because these are amazing bloomers. So one of the ones that I always say, I recommend if you like to grow Hoyas for the blooms, definitely get yourself a Hoya Bella or a Hoya multiflora, which we're getting some at the end of this week. So if you're looking for a Hoya multiflora, we're also gonna have them available in the shop. But anyway, this one, it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. And these do great in hanging baskets. And I love this one especially because it already comes equipped with a nice, cute little basket. So this one is now available at the shop. This right here is a baby little Anthurium Delta Force. Last week, we had a giant Delta Force in the shop that was already mature, and the leaves on it are just to die for. So this is a little baby starter that's a lot more affordable in case you've been wanting a Delta Force. You can start with a little baby one and then grow it yourself. They are absolutely gorgeous plants, and right now you can't really see the iconic leaf shape that the Delta Force is known for, but it's mainly known for having almost a flat sinus at the top, and this is a Clarinervium hybrid. So one of the parents is a Clarinervium, which means that this is going to be a very easy Anthurium to care for, because as we know, the Clarinervium is super easy to care for. So this one I highly recommend because when the leaves mature, that is going to be a gorgeous specimen. If you're into Hoyas, then you might also enjoy Dischidias. A lot of people call them Dischidias or Dischidias. It's really up to you. But this is one of my favorite ones. This is Dischidia rucifolia Million Hearts variegated. And this one, surprisingly enough, is not as common as I would like it to be. I find this one to be a very easy plant to care for. This one you care for it very similar to Hoyas, although I find that the Dischidias don't like to dry out quite as much as Hoyas do, so just make sure to water them as soon as they dry out and give them lots of bright light. But I just really love the look of this plant, and they are a bit more uncommon, but absolutely gorgeous to grow. We also have these adorable starter scindapsis marble variegated. Scindapsis in general, I find have been super popular in the shop lately, and for a good reason, because just look at that variegation. I really like how creamy the variegation is on this one, and I would recommend putting it on a moss pole as it starts getting bigger. These do great having aerial roots that attach to moss poles, so I highly recommend that. Y'all, just look at these chunky leaves. So this here is Hoya sigillatis. And this is the round form. So this one is a bit more rare. I don't know if you can tell the difference side by side, but this here is the regular Hoya sigillatis. So they do great as trailing plants, but you'll notice that the leaf for the regular Hoya sigillatis tends to be a bit more skinny and long. The round form and the more rare variety has cute, chunky, round leaves. Aren't those just the cutest? And they're so splashy too. So we have both forms available in the shop right now. I, in general, just love splashy Hoyas, especially trailing ones. So I'm definitely gonna be keeping one of these. Surprise, surprise, we have more Hoyas. So next up, we have Hoya polynura outer variegated. This is also known as the mermaid tail Hoya, and I really love this one. The ones at the shop, I think this is one of the smaller ones that we got. The rest of them are super long and just beautiful. They're already trailing, and we do have the green variety in the shop as well, but the variegated version is just a lot harder to come by, but we have it in the shop now. This right here is a very special Hoya. So this one is Hoya crinkle 8 albo variegated. So this one, honestly, it reminds me a lot of a carnosa, but it does, or a carnosa queen, but the leaf shape is definitely different, I would say, and it does have some nice pink variegation there. So I think this one is just so unique. It can look really common, but if you know the crinkle 8 variety of Hoya, normally the leaves are very crinkly. So I can anticipate that this is gonna look just so beautiful as it matures and gets bigger. Next up, we have another uncommon and splashy Hoya. This one here is Hoya parviflora. I absolutely love this one. Again, if it has splash, I'm there. So I might keep one of these as well. I think these are retailing for a little over $20 if I'm not mistaken. This one is fairly uncommon, so trust me when I tell you that you will not find this one quite as easily. And this one does well as a trailing plant as well. Oh my gosh. So this Hoya here has been one that I've been trying to get into the shop for a while now, and this is Hoya Silver Moon. So this is a Hoya carnosa, and it's super easy as all the other Hoya carnosas, but it has that lovely silver variegation on it. It is so beautiful, and guys, you're not gonna believe the price. This one I believe is only, I think a little over $20, maybe $30, but these go for a lot. So that's an incredible price for these guys. So make sure that if you've been wanting one, stop by the shop to get yours. Ooh, I love Sansevierias, not only because they're super easy to care for, but they also just look so freaking cool. And this one here is a really interesting Sansevieria hybrid. This is the Gojo Sansevieria, and this one is known for having like really unique stripy patterns. And I think it's more evident as the plant matures, but in general, how cute is this Sansevieria? And you don't even have to worry about it. Seriously, Sansevierias just thrive on neglect. So, and I really love the pot that this one came in. I love it when the pots, the nursery pots, are actually a cute color, you know? Like, why can't they be more terracotta color? They're so beautiful. Yeah, this one is, I think, a little over $20. Really cool new Sansevieria hybrid. All right, friends, and the very last plant that I'm showing you today, because if I showed you every single plant that came into the shop, I would be here all day, but these are just some of my favorites. There are a whole lot more plants that arrived though, so make sure to stop by the shop or join our live sale. But this one here is Hoya fuboensis. And again, splashy, love me a splashy Hoya, but this one, the bloom is also really beautiful. So if you've been wanting one of these, I know there's a few customers that have been requesting these, we have them in the shop now. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for future videos, and stop by the shop to visit us. We love to meet you, or just to see you in general, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week.